All right. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. How the heck do you beat carriers? This is one of the questions people always ask me. And honestly, I'm like, there's a lot of ways you can do it, but I very rarely get to see pros play against it. And the other day, someone said, did you know Clem actually played a game against some carrier play from Skillis? And I was like, we got to go check out what happened. Because not only did he play against it, he streamed his point of view. This is from the Caleris Roddy Steadfast tournament from the other day. And this is a map on Amphion against Skillis. And we are going to be witnessing the joy of the greatest Terran skill level ever achieved. Is he the greatest Terran of all time? No, he's got to win a lot more tournaments and be consistent over a long period for that. But right now, he is insanely skilled. His micro is on another level. His execution's on another level. And I'm really curious, like, are we going to be able to pick up some actionable things that I could apply in my own play, that you could apply in your own play, to try and take down the carriers? I don't even know if he wins this game, by the way. I assume he does, simply because Clem wins like 90% of his tournament games. He plays against everybody. Even, like, MaxPax is one of the few guys that beats him 35% of the time. But there also is a chance that we're going to watch this and we are going to learn nothing we can apply to our own play. And that's very common, because when you're watching the best Terran in the world, the current world champion who dominated the world championship, you have to remember that he is a freak of nature. And much like watching Messi or some other great, a Federer in his prime, or a Djokovic or whoever, you can look at them and you can appreciate what they do.
Praising the RNG god.
Oh,
please make it finish.
Oh my god. You can't really copy what the best players in the world do at most things. Dude, how lucky can he get?
Oh,
he's so...
The RNG with me this time.
The RNG. Dude, he didn't take a single hit on the SCV. I mean, luckily Clem owns up to it. I don't know how well you guys can hear him. It's going to be hard to balance the audio on this. But yeah, the fact that it literally didn't get hit once. I mean, he was saying, praise that, I need the RNG gods with me. And he got the luckiest I've ever seen someone. I mean, it was good barracks placement, right? He had two sides covered so they couldn't be attacked. But that was ridiculous. Even Skills is just like, what did we just witness? Like, come on, man. One of the few things that is random in StarCraft is the way that SCV moves around the building. And this forward proxy reap is going to be very effective. The RNG gods were with me. Lets his opponent know. He's like, I know I got lucky, bro. I know. I'm not saying that was skill or anything. I agree. Reaper did delay itself getting there a little bit. And good probe micro so far. Oh, he's going for the weak ones. He goes into the mineral line.
Oh,
he gets two. Oh.
Okay, that's fine actually. Two probes. Well, could have been a bit better.
Two probes in mining time. Ideally, you'd get the two and get out, but it's definitely not too bad. Two probes that early is okay. It's a very greedy move for him. Against the top Protoss players, it's hard to get any probes these days, even with a forward proxy Reaper like that. But look at that. He's trying to kind of like bait that Stalker out of position a little bit. His barracks is floating home. He's got the factory there, command center on the high ground, and the starport coming down pretty quickly. So this is a very delayed economy build, guys, because you've gone not only forward barracks, which now has to very slowly fly home, so you don't even have a reactor to build Marines for a long time. You have to build your command center on the high ground, as well as going barracks, factory, double gas before even starting that command center. Is it worth it? Well, you forced a reaction, right? He had to, lose two probes, lose mining time, chron out some units. Your opponent's kind of stuck in their corner of the map, hard for him to move out with any early adepts to scout. But it really depends, can you catch him off with the next wave, and how much are you committing to that next wave? It looks like it's just going to be either a very fast 4 Widow Mine drop or 4 Hellion drop across the map. Could be Cyclones, but an early double... early double Cyclone is probably the safest play, but it's also one which is not as flexible as something like a Hellion drop. And this map's amazing for Hellion drop because there's dead space completely encircling your bases. You can come in from any angle. It is going to be double Cyclone, the mad lad. He's just going to say, let's get in there, micro those Cyclones. And the thing is, Stalkers can beat this, but with Clem's micro, what he can do is as the Stalkers shoot at the Cyclone, you just pick it up and then unload it. And the projectile hits nothing because the Cyclone disappears. So as Skillis, you kind of need to focus the medevac down to take away his micro potential. And the medevac can kind of dance back and forwards.
Drop it right there.
Oh, he's going to unload in the corner. Sus target.
Do some damage.
Okay, guys, let's go. Cyclone's coming forward right now.
No,
he's going to go after the Stalker. Ooh, hello. Nice lock-ons. The Phoenix are here. He's going to try and get out of there. I think he's just going to try and kill the probe knowing he's dead. Actually, there's only one left. Oh, he might be able to kill a Phoenix. Not quite. He really wants that Phoenix. He's like, please send the weak Phoenix back here.
This is really bad for me, honestly.
This is really bad for me, honestly. I will repeat.
Not really bad. Maybe
Maybe
just
not.
normal bad.
Not really bad, just normal bad. Okay. I was about to say, no, this is bad for you. What are you talking about? But he's saying I'm not like dead. It's not terrible. It's just not good, right? Because he killed a few things, but he did lose a lot of units there. He sees that the third base is on the way. At least he knows what's happening. But this gives complete control over the game to Skillis now. Skillis has Phoenix for air control. Got a third Nexus coming up. Now, you know his Twilight Council, things like Charge, Blink are going to be very slow. Because it's probably going to be Colossus play. I mean, did he actually see the Robo? I'm not sure if he saw a Robo or not, guys. If that's one... I think you just assume it's going to be Phoenix Colossus.
Sometimes you kind of need to accept that you're going to lose 3 SCVs to Phoenixes.
Sometimes? Yeah, I think
But
he's right. You know, people will build missile turrets. You'll still lose SCVs building buildings, even if you build missile turrets. So then you've just invested in turrets and you're losing the SCVs. Sometimes you just got to make that call. Oh, and it pays off big. Catches a Phoenix, gets another one very damaged. I think... Is he actually committing to this attack, though? He doesn't have many units, but I guess because the Phoenix are low on energy and a few of them have died this game, this might actually work out. Just 2 tanks, lots of Marines. Gets rid of the Guardian Shield.
He has no charge, but he has so many...
Oh, he was going Phoenix Charge. But he just doesn't have the charge ready at 6 minutes. Oh, that's a big mistake there for Skillis. That's a big mistake. I think Charge is going to kick in a moment. And Charge Zealots will ruin these units when they're finally here. Phoenix are going to come in, gets a single Marine. But dude, slow Zealots. Oh no, he should at least be making like Adepts or something that can actually land hits. Problem with slow Zealots, guys, they just can't land any attacks. Not against Clem's micro. Oh my gosh, a few Marines and a landed Viking are ruining Skillis right now. Now this makes up completely for the terrible opening that he had earlier. This is a very dangerous push that Clem went for, but Clem has always been famous for attacking when you would think that he should be defending. He said he thinks that's the way you're meant to play Terran at the best level. He thinks if people aren't afraid of you attacking at any moment, Terran kind of becomes weak. But if you're a player who is like known for attacking when you shouldn't and still making it work, you can kind of inspire fear. You can make a lot of things happen that you otherwise can't. Now, we do have a third command center up. He's going to be able to float that out in the near future. I don't know how far along that third command center is. Wait. Why has he got 4 things on his command center hotkey?
Phoenixes left. I would have been a bit more careful.
What's on his command center hotkey that's not a command center? Because he just started his third. Engineering bay. Oh, he puts his engineering bays with his command centers. He used to put that with his barracks, I think. And I think he used to tab from his barracks to make the engineering bay upgrades, but now he puts it with his command centers. So he tabs... I wonder if he puts his armories on that as well. It's not a bad move, right? It'll always prioritize the command center because it's got spells and like unit production and stuff on it. So it'll always select that first, but occasionally when you want to do your upgrades or check them, you can just select command centers and then tab over to it. Most of us, I think most pros, I know I do, we use the side mouse button for tab. Though he might actually just use tab on the keyboard. Some people repurpose tab on the keyboard for different options. All right, he's trying to like exert pressure, but he's not really confident about attacking right now. The question is like, this was a Phoenix charge build, but a lot of damage went down, but he sees gases on the third base. He sees more Zealots, and he's got to, I really think he needs to scan the natural right now to see what Skillis is doing.
He has no force, but he took the gases.
Yeah, Clem's is
not
Clem's confused.
Very common.
Yeah, this is really weird. Because going Phoenix charge, it's lots of sentries and mass static.
He's going like a Tempest or something.
Yeah, he's going Tempest. He's doing something weird. A really good read. I wouldn't have known what it was. I would have been so confused. It was like cannon battery, but I mean, cannon battery has to be Sky Toss, right? But no Robo. Normally, if you play Carrier or Tempest, you open up with like Colossus or Disruptor. He's still microing really well. Those force fields split a lot of his Marines, though.
Or is he just trying to defend, maybe?
Though that hot pickup, that boost forward to save his units from the force field is the only thing making these fights good for him. If he wasn't able to do that so well, he would be getting crushed in these fights. So this is why maybe having the Phoenix there would have helped. Right. Okay. Yeah, it is a Colossus. What the heck? Skillis is playing such a weird style, guys. Clem's just as confused as we are watching right now. Doing something weird is probably the right choice against Clem. I absolutely agree, guys. Playing straight up against Clem is like... it's like playing a holdout challenge. You're like, oh, I wonder how long it'll be before I lose, you know? Whereas, like, if you do something weird, maybe you can confuse him and catch him out. Dude, he's still microing the front. He's got no units that shoot up. Oh, but the Widow Mines and the 2 Marines are going to kill every single Phoenix. No, Skillers. Oh, that is so tragic. This is why Clem is a pro. He has 4 Marauders and he had nothing that shoots on. How is this even fair? I am not kidding you guys. Every time I watch Clem, I am actually mad at how unfair it looks. This does not look fair. And it's not a balance thing, it's a Clem thing. This is like swimming in a race against Michael Phelps. You're like, oh, this seems fair. I totally have a chance at winning. His arms are 6 times longer than mine and triple jointed. Like, cool, this is great. Like, I really have a chance. This is fair competition. It's obscene. Can we see the production tab? No. If he was hacking, if he was using a cheat script to show a production tab, then we could. This is a point of view cast, guys. So, accidentally attacked his own medevac for a second there. Dude, this is crazy. And he chased that prism all the way back across the left side of the map. 4th command center is on the way. Look at this. He's got like 6 Marauders and a Viking, and he's controlling the map with it. How much confidence do you have to have in your micro to do this? And the thing is, so people said this game goes to carriers, and I guess that makes sense. It's going to be very turtley trying to get carriers up. But the thing is, how do you ever get there? Yeah, there's a prism. Didn't quite kill the prism. If you can deny the 4th base, that's really good. Carrier play really needs a 4th base to be able to afford all the upgrades and everything. Oh, so Skillers is going to be stuck 3 base turtling. Ooh, okay, this is really good for Clem. He doesn't really want to force a fight because his double starport hasn't really pumped that many Vikings yet, guys. Against Colossus, you want to get like 8 Vikings is usually a really nice number. Oh, the EMP!
Storm Prism.
Storm
that was
Prism.
Not what I was expecting.
He scans the left. It's not mined out.
He has no 4th base yet, so I should be chilling.
He has no 4th, so we should be chilling. Dude, I love the way Clem talks so casually in these games. I get the feeling when I'm watching Clem stream recently that you guys might get this when I'm playing a 4.3k player. Occasionally, I have like a long search time. I'm playing in the middle of the night. No one's on. And I get matched with someone like 1,000 MMR lower than me. Clem sounds that relaxed when he's playing against top pro gamers. Skillers is like, what, rank 20, 25 in the world right now? It's a very good player. And Clem's just like, he doesn't have a 4th base. Like it's like he's trying to figure out what Skillers is doing. And he's kind of slowly comprehending his opponent's just so far behind him that he's like, I'm just destroying you. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, he's going to go for the double drop down left. Remember, Skillers got a second in a big Chinese tournament a few months ago, guys.
Actually.
Very good player.
Maybe
especially in PvP recently.
Now or something.
He's going to try and drop the left. Clem's trying to formulate an idea because he saw the carriers and he's like, like he knows that Skillers doesn't have a good economy, but Skillers has a very scary army. So Clem knows it's going to be about efficiency in the fights. Like he has to find efficient engagements. That double drop doesn't actually get the most efficient fight there. So he's like, but maybe I pulled enough units I can fight here. Yeah, he can go. EMPs.
It's actually,
I think he can go. But he's worried about battery overcharge.
Army.
He said this is a really scary army. The Marines and the Ghost pulling back. He's not really able to fight. I mean, his Marauders can clear the Colossus, but I don't think he has enough to really deal with the carriers. So he's trying to start a step back, but he doesn't have enough to gun through the interceptors. This is really bad. This is really bad. Remember what we were saying about it's all about efficient fights? He needs to get out of range so he can run, but I think he realizes if he picks up, he's going to lose the medevacs. So he's trying to turn and fight, and he kind of scares the enemy. He actually killed most of the interceptors. I didn't think he'd be able to, but his stutter step was so good. Oh gosh, he's got to get out of here. He's got to get out, though. He's got to get out. Dude, his supply is really low. Clem actually made a big doo-doo. He was not expecting carriers this game, and he's throwing those Marines away on the left, and then attacking on the right when he wasn't quite ready. He didn't have the Viking count. He needs Viking upgrades, and he needs more. So now he's in a desperate spot. Skillus doesn't have a great economy. He's ahead in economy as Clem. But how does he survive?
I'm getting quite concerned.
Oh, okay, snipes the Colossus. Huge. Oh, he gets a carrier. Yes, he gets a carrier as well. Okay. Oh, the Viking micro. He's in and out with his Vikings. The time warp comes down. Huge time warp. Huge time warp, though. He's got to run away. He has to run away. Disengage. Let the interceptors fall. But, cloaking field there. He's going to have to scan to reveal the cloaking field. There's a lot of stalkers on the ground. Not the best unit.
Actually.
He says, I think I'm dead, actually. I wouldn't disagree. He looks kind of dead. I would be dead. Oh, my God. Skillers with the 3-base carrier comeback. Jumping on top. The interceptor count's kind of low. It's mostly Stalkers on the ground. Marauders will wreck those Stalkers if he can somehow heal up. Oh my god, the Vikings are so good at staying out of range, but he's trying to shift and move with those Vikings. Remember, they made Vikings a more microable unit a couple years ago, and it was actually a huge buff to Clem in this matchup because anything that allows him to micro more favors him more than any other Terran in the world because he's so friggin' good with his micro. Good EMPs on the Stalkers and the Carriers. Carriers are low. There's only 2 carries. It's just Stalkers versus Marauders now. Those Widow Mine shots. The Widow Mine shots get the Stalkers in the mothership. The Vikings take down the Carriers as well. He's surviving. Zealot's warping in now. Skillus wants to kill him. The Orbital's still alive. He's got to get rid of the Orbital. Skillus takes out the Orbital command center, but Clem has a base in the bottom right. He doesn't care. He can lose a command center. He can lose workers. He's in trouble. He's exasperated. I think he thinks he's lost the game. He's making I've lost the game sounds. I know that sigh. I've made that sigh. Oh, I just lost a stupid carrier. I was 4 base versus 3 base and I'm losing. You're meant to be a base down, Terran versus Protoss. But Clem is like so frustrated right now because he's like, I was ahead. I just couldn't figure out what was happening. And I really do feel he should have been scanning the production or dropping the main just a little bit more against Skillus. But the reason he wasn't dropping the main is because Phoenix were out. You don't want to throw drops away against Phoenix. Clem just made a miraculous hold. Now, for anyone who's never watched Clem vs. Showtime over the last few years, this is every Clem vs. Showtime game. Showtime would always get ahead. Oh, no, that's unreasonable.
Barely,
Did you see? Sorry, instant rewind, guys. Instant rewind in the Twitch video. Look at this SCV. He circles the planetary and then loads it in and loads it out the other side.
I barely,
Casually. Casually.
I think I barely defended.
Think I barely defended? Yeah, like a god. What is wrong with you? Stop attacking your own units.
I love moving my own units is what I learned.
Today. Yeah, him and Maxpax actually A-move their units more than any other player I've ever seen. Okay, he sees it's just Zealot Stalker.
I kind of want to see if he's okay.
He's making more carriers.
So be really careful to not lose my.
There's no splash damage.
Vikings.
I would go for the expansion on the right side, but he wants to go
attacking into
right in.
Batteries and storms.
Battery storm, very scary.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's exactly what we're talking about. Carrier, there's another Psy Storm that he needs that. If he can EMP that one, High Templar, but wait, there's High Templar on the left as well. With a Prism, High Templar on the left. No, there's no Storm on the left. There's no Storm on the left. There's one more High Templar coming in from the right, one from the left. He's got to get out. He knows there's 2 Stormers coming, one from each top side of the map, guys. He can't get hit by that storm. No. He walks into it. The savage confidence of a Frenchman. I don't know, he's got his weak old baguette and he's trying to club Skillus unconscious with it right now. Oh my god, he manages to take out 2 carriers. The Marauders and the Ghosts are winning on the ground. Marauders and Ghosts can actually tank Storm way better than Marines. So we got to remember that. As powerful as those Storms were, I think also, I don't know what the upgrade situation is. I wish I knew the upgrade situation. Oh, he's got 2-2. He was trying to start 3-3 just then. I think Skillus is only on +2 attack. I don't think Skillus has like armor upgrades, or maybe he's only on 1-1. Another carrier just went down. Dude, he's going to do it. Breaking him with the counter attack after one of the most insane defenses I have ever seen.
Scary game. That's crazy. I never thought it would be that scary because he wasn't like 3 bases for so long. But carriers in Storm can be really dangerous.
Carriers in Storm can be really dangerous, you're right. Please show the upgrades.
I guess my supply was good, but not like that good. What was his upgrades? He was only 1-0, not even 2-0.
Yeah. As I suspected, because he was spending all of his gas on Colossus carriers and extended thermal lance and air attack, he couldn't afford armor upgrades. So he only had +2 attack at the end of this game, I would imagine. He maybe +3 attack he squeezed in, but no armor upgrades, which is why the Zealots and the Stalkers are just melting. Don't get me wrong, with EMP, they're not going to do that great versus Bio anyway, but it does make a difference, especially later on when he has his 2-2 finished. I love, though, that Clem is like going, what happened? My supply was good, but not that good, but like, he was down a base on me. Maybe it should have been better than that since he's playing carries. I love that Clem also has the same sort of process that I feel like a lot of average shows have, where at the end of the game you go, I have a feeling for what happened, but let's go check, because I kind of confused about a few aspects. And you might be thinking, well, I thought pros always just have an instinctive knowledge of what happened. And they do usually when they're playing the sort of game they've played 1,000 times. When he plays Max Packs, he very rarely needs to load the replay like this because Max Packs does the same thing repeatedly, so he understands what's happening. This is a more unfamiliar game state, the carriers, and you can tell he's kind of investigating and trying to go, what the hell happened? How did I almost lose this? Because this is a good position right now for him. I think the main thing is he didn't have enough Vikings. I think he fought before he had enough Vikings and he threw the drop away.
At this point, if I realized what he was doing.
So he's saying, oh, sorry for talking at the same time as him. He's saying, I think I could have killed him at this point if I realized what he was doing. He might be correct. I actually think he's still better off waiting for more Vikings and hitting +1 ship weapons, 2/2, maxed out. I mean, actually, the reason he can't do that, and the reason he's correct, so my analysis is wrong. I'm backtracking, guys. He's at 180 supply. So if he doesn't commit right now, Skillis is going to slowly catch up and max out on better supply than him. Mothership, +2 air weapons, all these other things. And he's got a lot of Marine Marauder that's not really scaling. And the bigger the fights get, the worse it gets for him. So he needs to force a trade now, whether it's a Doom drop on the left, half the army attacks the right, or just committing to the frontal attack. And I think he's correct on this.
Because it's really expensive transitioning to carriers. If I just moved when he had 2 carriers, probably would have won. But he also had this bad boy.
He's got a really good point. He's got way more stuff. A move. He's only got 2 carriers, 2 cannons, 2 shield batteries, 2 high Templar in a prism, +2 Colossus with battery overcharge. He's described what we would think would be the best way to win the game, but I actually think splitting a quad drop to this left side, poking in, trying to deny this base, not really deny the base, but just split the army, because the carriers can't be in 2 places at once. 2 drops wasn't enough. I think the mistake he made here is he should have sent 4 medevacs over, unloaded further away, and kind of stimmed them in. But if he saw enough units to defend, just pull them back. And that way he could try to find the right fight. And usually then there's going to be an opening where one side, you scan both sides, and very rarely will the Protoss have enough to defend both sides at once. And you can actually start trading while waiting for the 2/2 +1 ship weapons, Bio Viking timing.
This Observer was really good for him.
Yeah, the Observer seeing it was
good.
And
I lost my Marines before I kind of realized what was going on.
And then this fight's really bad.
And that fight was not great.
He snapped the prism really well. But yeah, man, he's in a really tough spot here. His Viking micro saved him. Especially further outside the base, just before the time warp went down, he sniped, was it a carrier and a Colossus for free?
That was barely good enough, but very scary.
Barely good enough, but very scary. Dude, that was some of the most insane micro I've ever seen to hang on. I've seen Clem survive so many situations that no one else could survive. And once again, I am in awe. So what do we learn from Clem about how to fight carriers, guys? Don't throw units away for free. Wait, make sure you get plenty of Vikings before you choose the fight. And if you do get in trouble and don't follow those general rules of how to win against carriers, micro like the best Terran in the world and get out of trouble anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. The Clem point of view casts off this stream are just, I'm loving them, guys. I feel like I'm in a constant state of awe, learning things, and then also just going, well, no one else can do this. He is just a freak of the game who's practiced so hard to get this good. Beautiful play from Clem. GG, well played. All right, if you guys enjoyed that video, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to check out our Patreon. Links are down below in the description. A special thanks to Snowboarder Geek and everybody else here who has supported us. They're a great way to support the channel if you're enjoying the content and feel like throwing in a few extra dollars and getting some cool perks at the same time. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night.